whoever does win this one
is going to go to the grand final. So it's literally all to play for.
Yes.
You don't want to lose.
You don't.
Don't lose this one. You could have lost some games earlier, which both of them have. Not that many. They've gone through these 5 weeks looking really, really good.
They have, but they've been super strong. And speaking of winners, let's bring our casters in. Except one of them's a loser.
But which one?
We all know which one.
It's true. We all know which one.
All right, so in this next challenge, we do have Zlewikk and Chewy, and it is called Mandatory Speed.
And as we mentioned, it's all to play for. Now, Laith, you've done this before. When you know that the game is on the line, how does that affect your play? You get really, really quiet, apparently. In the meantime,
maybe he's muted.
There he is.
We're all good. Yeah, so either you sort of try and put it all on the line to try and secure yourself a win, or you just try and plod along. I think that both these guys have respect for each other. They've known each other for a few years, so I'd assume that both of them are going to go for broke here. So I should see some quite good plays.
Now, this is Claim the Mandate of Heaven. Several runs are permitted. How many runs do you guys expect us to see here? Like, is this how long do you think it'll take? Is it a 20-minute run, or can you do it quicker with the lower development point?
You can do it quite quickly at the start of the game against Ming. I reckon we'll see 3, potentially more. I don't know. I think we'll see 1 safe one at the start, probably with one of the Judging tribes, and then after that we'll see. It's sort of like a weird game of limbo of like how low can your development go. So we'll see how that goes.
2 or 3 for sure.
Because looking back at all of the challenges, they do tend to get false. I keep forgetting who's been doing what, but I'm pretty sure Vennomite and Zlewikk did a similar time challenge earlier in the season, in France specifically.
Oh.
Meaning you get to do multiple goes and you want to do it as quickly as possible in game time. And so for that regard, I feel like maybe Zlewikk has slightly more tactical experience, because when it's restart time, it also matters which one of these guys you have on your side, because they have to jump in and spectate real quick.
Yeah,
we do.
Red
There's an opportunity to fix it. Other than that,
are you guys up for the challenge? What's your quickest reconnect so far? Are you down to seconds, milliseconds, hours?
Well, we've both had Habibi, which means we've got a lot of restart experience. So I think we're pretty well prepped.
Shots thrown.
Yep.
All right, let's look. We'll go and talk to our players and see how they feel about all this.
Let's do that. And here they are. Oh.
No, you gonna bust it out?
That was great.
Okay.
So, Chewy, was this coordinated between you two?
Not yet, but it is now.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Now it's game on.
Yeah, no spite. But I like. On the other hand, double hat.
Yeah,
So
the 2
Chewy-
hats that's a power move.
It's a well-known fact that most serious EU4 streamers do tend to wear several historically accurate hats of some kind. Okay.
It's funny that you say that, because I actually have done that.
Yes.
So, Chewy, how many restarts do you think you're going to have tonight?
1 tops, I hope. I mean, ideally, we're gonna do 1 run.
Okay.
Okay.
Zlewikk, are you gonna do more than 1 run?
Yeah, I hope to do at least 2 runs. First one rather quick. Another one will be super hard to do. So that's I'm leaving that for the other part of the stream.
Okay.
Now, here's a question. He lied to us last week. Is he lying to us again this week?
I would never lie to Chewy.
Well, I'm glad he said to Chewy specifically, because clearly we know you've been lying to us, which is fine. Now, you both, I'm sure, are aware that whoever wins this goes to the grand final, and I think let me do head math. Yes, and whoever loses is not going to the grand final.
Good math.
So yes, it's all to play for. Don't lose this one.
No, I got my deodorant on, so I'm ready to go.
Okay, good.
I think that this could be close. You guys have really done a great job this season. It's really been neck and neck, really, throughout the entire season. So good luck to you both, and we're going to go ahead and let you guys get ready.
Good luck, Zlewikk. Love you, brother.
I don't like that. I don't like the friendliness between them. I want to see some
Yeah,
animosity. Where's the
shots
trash talk?
fired?
Yeah, I was expecting.
These
We'll do
guys
it
like
for
each
them.
other too much. Yeah, we'll do
Nah.
it for them. Listen,
I hate
okay,
that.
I'm
Good
spectating
spirit.
Zlewikk, so Chewy sucks, bro. What do you want me to say? Chewy sucks. There we go.
Dude, you know we're live, right? It's horrible. Never say
All right. Sorry, Chewy.
Mad
Love you,
respect to
bud.
both of us. All right, so what do you think? I mean, it sounds like Chewy's going to go for 1 run, Zlewikk is going to go for 2. You know what I'd do? I'd start as, I think I'd start as probably Ming, lose the mandate, take it back real quick 5-minute run, and then you go on the board at least, just in case your opponent makes a massive mistake.
But that's not the lowest starting dev, is it?
No, it isn't.
I don't
But
know.
it's like it's whoever can register a score with the lowest starting dev. So if someone does it
True.
with 300, someone does it with 200. So I mean,
Yeah.
Ming's got like 1,000 dev, but at least you're on the board, and then you're guaranteed a score in case things go horribly wrong. So I don't know. I disagree that only 1 run is the play here. You need at least 2.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, you can go ahead and tell these guys to get started
going.
as we hop into presumably Zlewick's POV. So yes, I am with Zlewikk right here, and he is starting as High Shi, starting at
Interesting.
42 development. Let's go over to Chewy immediately and see who
Chewy
he
is
has started
playing
with.
as Nanai.
Nanai, what is the starting development?
20.
Oh,
This
okay,
is
so
going to
Chewy
be a
with
good one.
a presumably more difficult nation. But
Yeah, it doesn't get much lower around here. He's in my opinion, has gone for potentially the lowest.
is it the lowest dev
development
nation?
start?
What about Nivik?
That can feasibly do it. Nivik has 23. He's gone for broke, and I do appreciate that. So it is a bold
Yeah.
strategy. He's clearly trying to secure the win. It does mean that he has an whole hour, just for this one thing to claim the mandate of
Yeah.
heaven. Zlewikk did mention wanting to do 2, so presumably he's going to do 1 as Heixi and then 1 as Nanai. I can't think of any other low dev thing. Can you think of anything?
Karadel, Sarig Yogir, some of those two guys.
Mate,
But I don't
let's
think they're
calm that
strong
down.
enough to do it.
They're not us,
Yeah.
If they're going to
Yeah,
be friendly to
'cause,
each other, we're going to be mean to them.
Yeah. But, there's a certain point where, you gotta go with a weak-ish nation, but not too weak that you can't do anything with it. You gotta strike the balance between low dev and sufficient power that'll enable you to do it quick enough. But, yeah, of course, Chewy as Nanai, he doesn't even start off as a Ming tributary. So, he's gotta go through, Ming tributaries to get to Ming. But meanwhile, Zlewick's already started his first war right here, fighting Jianzhu and Shibei, as we can see. Is this necessary? Obviously, since he's doing it, right? And we can even go over to his POV directly to see the genius at work, ladies and
tickles me.
gentlemen. But yeah,
People are saying
annoying mountain
about
forts to take
Ashikaga.
here.
What do you think? Ashikaga, 21 development. Starting as Ashikaga.
Ashikaga. If all the daimyos are smart enough to put their boats in one tile, yeah. But
You could definitely. I mean, actually, having to think about it, I think that would probably be my strat. You get a landing off again because you can beat the Ming Navy with all of Japanese vassals. That could be quite a good one.
For sure.
Do you think that's what Zlewick's gonna do after Heixi?
Oh, maybe, I don't know. I do want to see his second start because I presume it's gonna be different than Haishi. I don't think he's gonna do the same nation twice.
Yeah.
So I think this is his practiced run right here. One that he can do out of 10 starts, 9 successful ones, and then I think this next one that he's gonna do is like a maybe. Let's see what I can do type of deal.
If you want to flip over to my POV, I think that Chewy should probably restart here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's restarting. So flip over to your POV.
All right. Well, there we are, back to Zlewikk as Chewy is already popping off his first restart. That starting war didn't go to plan. But looks like it is going to plan for Big Z right here, sieging down Shibei, already on the fort in Xinjing and in Hengkan. And just a little 6k Jeonju stack right here left. Of course, with the super powerful starting ruler general, Chungusan, or however you pronounce that. This Khan right here. But yeah, I think as soon as Zlewikk takes down these two nations, might he grow some more? You know, Ming does pass the first mandate quite quickly. Should be done in about max 10 years, but and that's of course the time you want to strike when they're at low mandate, as any experienced player in the surrounding Ming area would know. But yeah, what do you think, chat? After beating these guys up, when is he gonna strike on Ming? And who do you think is gonna win today, man? Both of these guys at 3 wins, 1 loss. Let's get a 1 in the chat if you think Zlewikk is gonna take it away, and let's get a 2 in the chat if you think Chewy's got this. Who is gonna play in the grand final? 1 for Zlewikk, 2 for Chewy. All right, lots of 1s, lots of 2s as well. Some Chewy supporters and Zlewikk supporters. Some 3s as well. 3 is for me, by the way. Vote 3 if you think I'm going to win. Vote 3 if you think I'm going to win. Late's not even competing, by the way. So,
Well, why is that?
Bruh, come on, man. This is the big league. The big dogs play here, right?
Right. The interesting thing as well this time around, fortunately it seems like Zlewikk could hear us for a little bit there, but the interesting thing is that our players can't hear us. They don't know what the development is of the other one. So they don't know how low they have to go. They might think they've put a great score on the board to think that, and think that they've done enough when they in fact haven't. If you want to flip over to my POV, we have a different start over here. We have Jan Zhao is the start instead of Nanai. He's gone for something potentially a little bit safer.
Starting dev?
75, sorry. So much
75.
higher than Hixie.
Much higher than Hixie, yes.
Yeah, I personally, obviously he doesn't know what is being started as here. Yeah. I personally think you should go for Nanai again. If you're gonna spend the entire run on one run, you do it right. So Nanai is probably a good idea.
For sure. Yeah. And, these guys have to get the lowest starting dev nation right here. So if Zlewikk does it with Haishi and Chewy also does it with Jeonju, Zlewikk, of course, wins because he started with lower dev. But for example, if both of these guys started as Haishi, then the in-game time would matter because they started as the same nation. So that's why Zlewikk is already at an advantage, because if he does do it, and Chewy doesn't do it with a lower dev nation, Zlewikk wins, right?
Yeah, so and I'd say this is potentially a bad situation here. There it is. So what's happened here is he's called in an ally, but he failed to put an individual in each province, meaning that he cannot take this province here.
Yes.
He calls it
and not even as provinces of interest, Mark, probably.
Yeah, he hasn't done that, unfortunately. And also, that's going to be the case going eastward as well. Personally, I would say there's another restart. If you're going to spend all of your time on one thing, and it's a rough battle over here as well. Chewy seeming to play a bit too fast. That's a stack wipe. I mean, he's got to slow it down a little bit. Chewy's a very good player, but I think he's getting inside his own head, and that's another loss. It's got to be. Restart at this point. Yeah, and there's a couple more stack wipes. He's playing without pausing, and another stack wipe. He's playing without pausing. You can see the reaction on his face. He should not. He needs to be pausing. There we go. Let's see. Is he gonna restart again? I'm just going to make sure I've got the this P5 Discord. No, it doesn't look like he is, but he should. He really should. That's going to be another stack wipe up here if he does get caught. Oh, come on, Chewy, man. Meanwhile, how is Zlewikk getting on as Catmandos?
Yeah, let's watch some good gameplay right here.
Nice.
Zlewikk fighting Orochoni and Shibe once again because he did not full annex them in the previous war. This is what he's looking like right now. Good pick for Haishi right here, man. They start off with morale and manpower. Very good starting ideas. Of course, lots of these guys do share the starting ideas. Not these guys over here, but these guys do. And what I think Zlewikk is going to be doing here is wiping all of these guys out. Maybe except for Korchin. Maybe Korchin as well. Forming Manchu. Boom. Hit Ming. By that point, by the time he's done with all of these guys, Ming is going to pass the first reform. That's when you should go ahead and hit them. And I think that's going to be around...
also take 4 usually. Just to be sure.
Mid 1450s too. Haishi does have a 3 starting ruler right here. Ming has a 1. Of course, Ming will have strong advisors and stuff like that.
Also, as a horde, you can raise.
Yeah, Zlewikk is focusing mill, and he's got a mill advisor, and he's already on Tech 4. Meanwhile, Ming,
Nice.
Tech 3, and Zlewick's just declared on Nanai
It's
and
a very
Fortune
solid
as
start
well.
from Zlewikk.
Yeah. Flawless from Zlewikk so far. We'll see how this goes along as we go back to Chewy real quick.
Well, yeah, Chewy's just struggling with this initial war, unfortunately. He's 2 years behind Zlewikk and, well, quite far in terms of progress. He has sort of rescued it a bit, got a couple of decent bouts off, but you can see this initial loss of life here is going to be the tricky one. Yeah, in my opinion, like I said, with these sorts of tribes, you're not going to be doing too well economically. You're going to be basically running at a loss until you've conquered most of these areas. If not until you've conquered with the... Oh, come on. No, that's another loss. That's another stack wipe. It's surely another restart here.
Yeah, shaking his head in disappointment, saying, nah.
Come on, Chewy. Just restart it, man. You got this. It's in-game time. You can get one. No, don't hire mercenaries. You got this, buddy. No, he's not. He's just a normal regiment. It's a normal regiment. It's in-game time as well. So if they are in fact even, he did hear that Zlewikk is going to be doing 2 runs, so he knows that he might have more time. He has stack wiped in revenge, so has rescued the run, but at what cost? In my opinion, the material cost of this has been a bit too high.
Yes.
You shouldn't really worry about money. Yeah, you shouldn't really worry about money at the start with the German tribes. You sort of treat Ming as your piggy bank. But obviously, in this case, it doesn't really apply too much. But at the end of the day, you're going to be making a loss. You're just going to be sort of trying to out-expand your loans. Plus, raising provinces can bring in an income. Having said that, you do also want to hit the required income to form Manchu.
Required income?
This is provinces. My bad. Sorry, my bad.
Provinces, yeah.
It's 300 development to unguarded nomadic frontier. But honestly, I think if you rely on that, you're a bit far gone.
Yeah. Let's go back to Zlewikk real quick. He has pieced out
I'll let you know if anything happens.
Orochoni right here and Shibe as well, fighting Nana and Korchin right now. And a lucky situation that has happened in Zlewick's game is none of these guys over here have allied Oirat, which sometimes does happen, and it makes it a bit annoying to fight some of these guys right here. And that's, of course... What?
I would say most of the time, not just sometimes.
Yeah. Which is great for Zlewikk because, he might want to conquer all of the Jurchen tribes and the non-Jurchen ones, I guess, right here. Before he fights Ming, if he even wants to do that, of course. But yeah, I do think he'll be wiping out Nana and Korchin right now, along with Nivik and Solon, forming Manchu, and then hitting Ming. Mandate right now is at 68. These guys pass it. Yeah, pretty high mandate, even though you can do it at 80, I think.
So... I just wanted to check, how many does he have right now in terms of cities?
How many what?
How many cities?
Provinces?
Yes.
Oh, for Manchu?
Yes.
He's at 15 core right now.
Okay,
no, just owned actually. Yeah, 15 core. Yeah, so after this war, he can go ahead and form Manchu, which does give him cores on Solon and Nivik. So it makes it easier. I would generally try to form Manchu as soon as possible, so you can get cores up here. But then again, you can't raise those. But then again, you don't have to core them, so it's kind of, debatable when you should form Manchu, I guess.
I mean, if you already got a tech ahead of Ming, and it looks like he's going to get tech 5, it looks like, can you check the devastation has been raising this entire time?
Yes, he has been raising. I've heard the clicks and stuff like that.
All right, sweet.
Yeah. So there we
go. Is he going to do it? Do you want to switch his POV directly? We can see if he's going to be forming.
Yeah, so there's Zlewick's POV directly right here. And I can tell you that he does not have the required provinces to form Manchu yet. He just needs to finish up 5 of those cores, which are under construction right now. We can see that he has 7 of them. And he has just declared on Nivik, co-belligerented Solon, because they are the only allies that they have. So yeah, he's going to wipe these 2 guys out real quick. Maybe hit Korchin, but then again, his truce is until 1460. So yeah, maybe he's going to fight Korea. I doubt he'd want to get involved with Oirat and Mongolia. We'll see.
I really think you can go for Ming, like, pretty swiftly. Once you form Manchu, you can go for it.
Yeah. Would you wait for the mandate, though, to drop? I think you gotta.
Potentially,
I mean... Zlewick's game right here, they're at 130k troops right now. Zlewick's at 18.
Yeah, there is a massive difference there. Having said that, bear in mind that you might you can get Tech 5 to Tech 3. Tech 5 to Tech 3 is devastating as a Judging Tribe, especially. I really do think that you can go for it, but it is risky is the key part. You one lost battle against the Ming and you're done. It's pretty much over for you. And that is the
they're
concern.
Gonna send so many stacks.
Absolutely.
They're going to walk through Mongolia, come out from the top. Yeah.
It's a bit of a finicky war. In my opinion, it's one of the most fun wars you can fight in EU4, especially if you're like a slightly newer player. But yeah, if you want to flip over to my POV, I'll take you through what's been happening. A much more positive uptick here from Chewy, as we see that he has taken out Hixie himself. Unfortunately, was not able to take the provinces that he wanted over here, owing to his ally of Jibei being dastardly and occupying themselves. And again, this war's gone superbly, so like ridiculously quickly, which has been great for Chewy. And we'll see if he's able to fully recover in order to take advantage of this. Bear in mind that if both Chewy and Zlewikk claim the mandate on this run, and Chewy said he's only going to be doing one, then Zlewikk will take the victory. So, having said that, like we said with the Ming, everything could go wrong for Zlewikk, and then suddenly it's a very, very different ball game. Chewy, in my opinion, has gotten thus far through robust use of game mechanics and not making too many mistakes, which we saw wasn't enough against Flory, who obviously is one of the more advanced players. We'll see if it is in fact enough against Hixie. I would say against Zlewikk, because like I said, he's sort of relied on not necessarily his opponents making mistakes, but not taking too much of a flashy route. So we shall see.
Yeah, for sure. So let's go over to Zlewikk real quick. He has pieced out the nation of Solon, which is up here, and he is about to knock out Nivik. As soon as he does, he should be forming Manchu, man. Haishi's missions right here. Are they the Manchu ones? I think it's different, right? Or are they pretty much the same?
So I just wanted to point out something. Someone said something in chat that I was going to reveal later on as my, haha, look how smart I am. Someone said, could you release vassals from Ming and then claim mandates, release vassal? That's exactly what I would do. My thinking when I first saw this challenge was you don't, it's not about making like fighting Ming. I personally would release a bunch of vassals, make Ming as weak as possible, then instantly declare war on them as the smallest possible nation you can, and take the mandate. So
yeah, that's a pretty good strat right there too. What is the smallest Ming vassal?
Having said that, wait, what's the wording though? Because I didn't check. If it's starting dev, then technically would you not say that counts as Ming starting dev?
Yeah, that's Ming. Yeah, you're right. That's
so this is what I wanted to bring up later.
Yeah.
So that's why I wasn't going to say initially. I wanted to bring it up later. Was like the idea of, okay, is it then like that nation does that count as starting dev? I would personally say it wouldn't, which is why the strategy wouldn't work. So hopefully that does explain that one.
Because you start as Ming's starting dev, right? Yeah.
Yes, that's my opinion. Sure. We'll let chat debate it.
I agree. But yeah, Zlewikk over here in 1451, man, he has formed Manchu. Everything gets instantly cored, of course, and he does gain cores on these provinces right here. Something really nice that can happen, very rare, you know, when your overlord, when you got a core on your overlord, you could get an event for them to give you a province. Now, I remember in one of my Manchu runs, I got an event to get Shenyang right here, a fort province, and Ming did give it to me. So that was really nice. Even though I think you auto-occupy it when you start the war with Ming or something like that, it's still a pretty good bonus right there.
Peruse the mandate right now, my friend. Look at that.
Yes, it has dropped. Mandate is at 22. I think as soon as Zlewikk here beats up these tribes, I think he can go for it. And he has broken tributary status with Ming. Broken tributary status with Ming. Ming is now offering, you know, for Manchu to become their tributary. Of course, Zlewikk probably declined this. And I think as he's getting ready to declare right here, I can go ahead and tell you that he's still on Tech 4, gunning for Tech 5. Ming, meanwhile, is at Tech 4 as well. But of course, he'll get Tech 5 way before them. Way before them. Let's see, jump into Ming right here. How do you do that again?
You just click on
like this. Not close to Tech 5 at all. In fact, they just took Tech 4.
Right.
So yeah,
interesting.
I'm going to go over to Zlewick's POV directly right now and see if he is getting ready to declare this war versus Ming. 22 mandate.
Look at all that, reducing the autonomy.
Ming
Lovely.
has minus 2.7 national rest right now, minus 30% manpower, minus 30% merc manpower, minus 30% goods
Oh, that's
produced, and
very
plus
good for him as
30%
well.
fire and shock damage received.
Did you see
So,
the Oirat as well? It's fortunate for Zlewikk.
Yes.
Everything's gone his way this
Yeah.
game. This might be the perfect game, not only because of how he's playing it, but also because the AI is reacting to him in a very, very favorable way.
Yeah. My POV real quick right here to show you that Ming is fighting Oirat in Mongolia, which is great for Zlewikk. And they're low on manpower. And now back to Zlewikk as he prepares to declare, presumably looking for a morale advisor potentially. I think
There's
that
the
would be
take
the most
5.
beneficial. And there it is. There's the declaration. There's the declaration.
Do you show
Shen
how
Yang,
much
of course,
it takes
does get
to
auto-occupied.
actually do it?
Yeah. And of course, he should be gunning for Beijing right here immediately. With his entire stack. Leaving just one case behind to siege down everything. And that is precisely what he is doing. Still looking for a morale advisor, by the way. Awesome general right here. He's got Dorgon 4452. The other guy as well. Some siege pips on these guys too. Awesome. And yeah, now we can just stand with these guys behind Beijing, ready to reinforce if Ming comes in. Maybe he's even
But yeah,
gonna
at
assault
this
if he
point,
gets a wall
he
breach.
has... Oh, I mean, it's a very Zlewikk thing to do. People are upset that
Yeah.
he's playing with moving units. That's how you know we're filthy casuals, man. Oh, there's the breach, though. Do we see it?
Yep.
Do you think?
Yep.
I don't think you'd assault from here.
Nah, not enough
It's like,
manpower.
because you have, I mean, look at how quickly the sieges are going as well. Don't you have siege bonuses? Do you want to check his modifiers? I think you get a siege bonus because of Ming.
Right now he has no siege ability.
Okay.
Just one.
Oh,
just
there
like
it is.
2.2 from,
147
he's got Beijing.
days.
All he needs is 50 war score versus Ming. Now what he needs to do is go back and beat them up in
This is the
Shenyang.
fun part.
Yeah,
This is good.
this is his
We're about to
POV
see a
directly.
lot
We
of
can see it
casualties.
from the mind of an EU4 genius directly.
Some might say a psycho.
Flory says, I was worried about facing Zlewikk in the final, but then I saw he uses moving units.
Oh, there it is. Flurry embracing his arc as the villain of Master Universalis. As there's oh, that's a stack wipe. That's lovely. See, the key part is the target units that do not have a general. The stack wipe is so much easier on that front.
Another win up there in Korchin.
Just want to,
What is Chewy doing?
If you want to flip to him, we can see that he's finished up a couple more wars. Right now, seems to be recovering a little bit. Flip to his POV directly is probably a better play, because I want to see what he's up to. He has been staying paused a little bit longer than I would have thought, as we see that he's busy stating himself and generally sorting out his economy. Yeah, let's see. Does he have enough for the Jurgen, for the Manchu identity? He's currently got 16, so he needs 4 more, so maybe the coring isn't the... I don't know. People saying this game's already been won. You have no idea. It literally does not cut. Like, it will come down to it later.
Yeah.
We'll see. As he's been clearing up rebels. He does need to get going a little bit, though. The issue is that he's
What's the
allied to
date
Jibei.
in his game?
52. He's
Oh,
allied to
Zlewikk
Jibei.
is 53.
Yeah, it has been sort of a long period of peace. Again, no real reason that he should be at peace here. Unfortunately, I mean, if you flip to my POV directly, I'll show you around. Yeah, you can see that he can get tribal conquest over here. He can also attack this lot over here, which would bring in Orochoni, who has a truce with. He's still allied to... Oh, no, he's no longer allied to Shiba. Okay. We see the Ming Oirat War, which is quite dependable, occur. Generally, it's just a little bit of slow gameplay. Unfortunately, it does appear that his king just died as well.
Oh, the very good general as well.
I mean, he has got a 344 in response. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not seeing too much from Chewy at this point in time. I'm curious to see where his mind's at, because he has a decent
Zlewick's done.
economic situation. All right, nice. Okay, he's already done it.
Yep, July 16th, 1453. Zlewikk has
down.
taken the mandate for the first time. And I'm going to go ahead and flip back over to Chewy because we are restarting with Zlewikk. He is going to try and get another run in. But that's his first date, July 16th, 1453. Not even 10 years.
It is worth
Good job from
noting
Zlewikk.
that Chewy will not know. So in the first
Yeah.
few seasons, especially when, for example, when I was participating, you could hear the casters and you could see how your opponent was getting on, which was very important in these kinds of duels because you would hear that your opponent, they've started at a lower dev. For example, this was relevant with Habibi versus Kara in the first season, where Kara realized that Habibi, I believe it was Kara and Habibi, realized that Habibi had already completed with a lower dev nation, and so pulled out of the playthrough and went for a lower dev one. This, unfortunately, is not the case for Chewy, who is going to continue slogging it out on this run here. He does.
My strat would be to find the lowest starting nation, man. Because no matter when you do it, you're still gonna win if you got lowest dev, right?
Well, that was my thought process. Like with Nanai, I think that was Chewy's idea. I think that first battle and loss rattled him to the point where he restarted and thought, let me just get points on the board. But he has to know that Zlewikk would be picking a nation that's smaller than Janzhao, because Janzhao is the most common nation to form Manchu and attack Ming with.
Yeah.
The Ashikaga route would be a curious one, and that, I think, if I was doing this challenge, would be one that I would have experimented with, assuming, of course, that the whole Ming vassal strat wasn't allowed. Yeah, I think Sarayuge and Karadel are not viable options within the time frame given if you want multiple runs, particularly. And then anything larger than that over here just doesn't have the bonuses that is relevant in this case. So
for sure.
Yeah, that's my only thought process.
We noted down the date, chat, in case Chewy does a restart as Hai Shi and also does it as them. So that's why we need to note down the date as well. But at this moment in time, Zlewikk is, of course, in the lead. Because he did do it already as a lower dev nation. And even if Chewy does it as Janju, Zlewikk will still be ahead right here. But as we restart with Zlewikk, we can see that he has started as Saggy Yogurt right here with 7 development at the start. Just 2 provinces. So
now this is something that I thought would not be viable. So I'd be very happy to be proven wrong by Zlewikk here.
Yeah,
I did not think that this would be viable, so we will see. Dude, that's
I wonder
great.
how much starting dev Kara Del has. Oh, they got 13, so pretty much the weakest Ming tributary right here.
There's nothing. It cannot go lower than this. Where else?
I think this is the lowest dev nation that you could attempt to do it with.
I mean, there are very few nations that have lower dev.
Immediate war declaration on Kam, Guge, and Yu. These 3 nations right here. Guge, of course, has a gold mine unreachable by Zlewikk at this point in time.
If someone did it as
well, yes.
I mean, to be fair, I'm close to quitting if he does it as Sarayuge. I'll be honest. This is a statement. He took that loss to Flory very personally indeed.
Yeah.
He was not about to miss out on the chance to go to the grand final. But then again, having said that, if Chewy completes as Janzhao and then goes with his original nation of Nanai, then Zlewikk is not able to complete his Sarayuge as we approach the 30-minute mark, then yeah, it would be great. Again, we're just not seeing enough action from Chewy here as he sits at speed 4. Has 19,000 manpower. Like 10 out, everything's in his favor, and I'd be curious to hear what's going on. Maybe he's waiting to form Manchu? I think that might be it looks like he's waiting to form Manchu. But you could still be fighting other people in the meantime. There's no I can't really see a benefit to not fighting whilst these cores are going on, can you?
Yeah, maybe waiting for mandate like someone in the chat says, but then again, you could still fight while you wait for the mandate to drop.
You don't. I mean, the power base is a tad too small at this point, I think, to justify that. But we'll see when he hits the 100% mark. Obviously, he's going to form it immediately. His only real option is to go straight for the mandate. I'd be curious to see if he does that. Knowing Chewy's potentially more cautious playstyle, I don't know that he'll do that. I personally, my money would be on him going after this lot. After getting the cores. All right, we'll see. Let's have a look. There we go. There's Manchu.
There's Manchu.
Formed. All right, he's completed the mission.
Let's see what the next steps are here, chat.
Come on. What is he gonna do? He's taking Korea as a tributary.
Mm-hmm.
He's building
But
a
they're gonna
castle.
leave pretty quickly.
He's building a castle. I did not expect this move.
Well, that's
He's building
not-
a fort.
Yeah, I don't think anyone.
Was
did.
that him? Is that him doing that, or is that like a mission? Am I missing something? We were saying mandate just dropped. Yeah, but he's not. Hang on. Let's see. What's he doing here? He's building ships. Maybe to barrage.
Something I never
go to
thought
his
I'd
POV
see in my
directly.
day.
Let's go to the POV directly.
Building boats and castles as a horde. You saw it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
It's the new
Never
strat.
before witnessed. On a
He's
live.
counter-espionaging Ming.
Oh my god! It's just plot twist after plot twist.
These are very rogue decisions. Surely he's not going to wait for it to be built, right? The castle. Let's see. He's hovering around that dig. He's flirting with the declare war button. He's looking at it. He's so tempted. Go on, Chewie. Do it. Be bold, my friend. Nope. Why are we acting like mandate is stock in the stock market? Well, in Chewie's game, you'd be pretty happy with your investment at this point.
Yeah.
Is he exploiting dev? What is he doing? I think he's got to be like building up his power, right? But he's not making any moves to declare war on anyone. So yeah, okay. Here's my thinking. He's waiting for the castle and the galley to be built, and then he's going to declare war on Ming for the mandate. He does have. He's got Tech 5. Ming is on Tech 4. I mean, he has manpower. He also isn't using one of his merchants. Mandate's going up again. Like, maybe... Okay, he's gotten all of his banners. Okay. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what to think. Chat, help me out here.
He's improved relations
but he's
with,
got to be
with
preparing, man.
Korea. Well, he's counter-espionaging me
preparing.
instead of building a spy network.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, his spy network was discovered. Okay, fair enough. Well, he can do it now. No, wait, 57 December. Yeah, so we can build a spy network now. So surely he's waiting for that. He's also clicking around Japan. Improve relations with Ashikaga. He's allied to Ashikaga.
Ah, well, sometimes maybe
This
you can get
story,
them to help
like,
out.
I mean, Did you ever do
Either way,
a guide
let's
for
go.
Manchu?
Yeah, I did recently.
I'd have that up on a second monitor if I was him. Just right now, just checking it out, you know. To be fair, I did do that during one of my duels. I legit had the
did you?
country guide in front of me, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do sometimes too. Wait, what did I do with these guys? I don't remember.
Legit, you know, you go back and watch your old videos, huh? Oh, that's
yeah,
smart. I
alright.
should do that. He's got an
I was like,
admiral.
oh, so
He's got
that's
an
what you
admiral's award. You know, okay, there's gonna be declaration. All right, do you want to flip to Zlewikk, see, give him an update, and then I'll tell you when this war's declared.
Yeah, so Zlewikk beat up Khan right here, leaving them alive in one province. And now he's fighting Tsang, presumably ready to take them out. And maybe he's gonna get to the gold mine in Gugia right here in Saparang. I don't know how much that's gonna help out. But remember, chat, even if Zlewikk does do it with Yogurt right here at a later date than he did his previous run on, this would still be better because he started as a lower starting dev nation. Sariga Yogir only had 7 dev at the start. So even if he does this in like 1480, he would be good. If Chewy, of course, doesn't do another run. Because Janju has about 70-ish dev. A nation that's, 10 times more powerful than Sariga Yogir right here at the start.
I think
So,
Zlewikk
yeah,
just took
that's
our
how
comments
Zlewikk is
towards him
advancing.
personally.
What comments?
By the way, in case you're wondering, Chewie put his navy ready to barrage and then sent it home.
Did he start the war?
No,
He hasn't.
no, it looked like he was about to, and then he didn't. He has built the castle. He's building more troops.
More troops.
Yeah, I'm super curious. He also hasn't given he needs to summon a diet, potentially there. I mean, like I said, it's just like, it might, my man's waiting for ideas. He's waiting for Tech 32. To be clear, chat, this isn't really where Chewie excels, in my opinion. Chewy has done very, very well to get to where he is right now with a measured, cautious approach. When you're talking about these sorts of things, like if we saw him with the Trade League one, for example, he did very well there. Yeah. Those sorts of games are his forte. This sort of like mad dash, like exploit your country to the extreme. It doesn't really suit his playstyle more than a measured approach. So that did inherently give Zlewikk the advantage. And we're seeing this cautious approach here once more on display. Heavy on the pause button. Not really taking too many risks and too much action. But then again, it's hard to criticize this kind of technique when it got him here in the first place. Even if he loses today, I think this does secure him third place.
Yep.
You know, which doesn't mean anything, but at least he's got it.
Yeah, there we go. I guess he's getting ready to declare right now. Gathering his troops in Yay, send out that Navy.
I'm just like, he's got 17 galleys. That's not enough.
What's Ming's mandate right now?
37.
37, so higher than it was when Zlewikk fought them in his original Chewyshoot run.
Well, he's given it a long time here. A long time. It doesn't have a morale advisor. I mean, again, it's just a little bit slow for my taste. I think, because here's the issue, right? How do I say this? I mean, he could hide his navy in this province, right? And then go to Beijing. But then the navy's still not going to be useful because the Ming navy always, here you go, is always in Beijing.
Yeah, it is already in Beijing, yeah. Usually.
So you've maybe got, I mean, obviously the fleet maintenance and side of things is usually in your favor. So you have maybe, unless you fight this 9 trade ships accidentally, you've got maybe 1 tick, which is enough to barrage if you do it right. But again, he's no, he's not doing it. He's mothballed his army again.
He has. Either way, while he is getting ready to declare,
yeah, flip over. I'll let you know.
Yeah, we're back to Zlewikk right here. He is fighting some nations pretty much in India right now. Might even actually be in the region. Yeah, there we go, in the Hindustan region of India. Fighting Gorkha and Jumla right here. Interesting path of expansion. But of course, he can't fight like Yorkhan and Chagatai. They're too powerful. Ruler just died, by the way. I think a general ruler. He lost some stab. Shayabanid. Where have I seen those guys?
The Shayabanid? They're, Uzbek.
Are they?
No way. No way. No way.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my god, flip to my screen, please. So it looks like even Ming got frustrated watching Chewy and have decided to start the war themselves.
Oh, interesting.
Which means he can't take the mandate. Yeah.
Well,
he should have declared. He took too long.
Bold enough to declare.
Yeah, he should. Yeah, he needs to restart. No, he's fighting it. Why? You got to restart. You got to restart. Because even if he wins this war, he can't claim the mandate.
Yeah.
There's no benefit to this war, man. You got to restart. Please, Chew. I've been begging you for the last half hour.
Yeah, I mean, looking too good for Chew right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm more disappointed in me at this point. They're pushing the action at least. But he's staying so long pause. You have to. He has to do something, you know? Like, surely.
Get it going. Yeah.
He has to do something. Like, he either has to push into Ming and try and like secure a peace deal here. He's also standing on the border when he can't see the troops come, which I think is also a mistake. Yeah, beat them in truce break is his only option. But with the truce you can't declare for mandate, that is true. So why is he still in this war?
And keep in mind, like this, you can't even auto-occupy Shenyang, which is the annoying first fort before Beijing, which does get auto-occupied when you declare on Ming.
The best thing he can do right now is get a white peace.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, there's a battle, but like, yeah, no, this is not a good idea. It feels like she was panicking too much. Well, yeah, like I said, it is very stressful. Yeah. Here's the key part. I think that first battle with as like Nanai, that first loss shook him. I can tell you firsthand that when something doesn't go according to plan on this stage, it's really miserable because you're like, okay, I don't know what to do now. Do I have enough time to restart? Do I stick to the plan?
I can tell you secondhand.
Because I honestly, after all my battles, I would call up Red Hawk. I would just be sobbing on the phone, you know. Yeah. And he was very comforting. But yeah, this is a dead run.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'd be curious to see what the strategy was going into this. What he planned for this. Like in terms of this. Oh god, they're death stacking on this fort. This is not good. It's huge from the AI. But unfortunately,
it's tough to see him recovering from a situation like this. Honestly.
Yeah, Ming has also taken Tech 5.
Oh,
he waited too long.
He is at
they're on par with Tech. I think Yora is that the special guy you get from the mission? I'm not sure. But why is he fighting?
Dorgon is the special guy.
Yeah, so he doesn't have that because I think he didn't declare war on Ming.
Yeah.
He's fighting the battle. That might even lose that. No, he wins.
Nah, actually, that's a win. Nice.
But why is he fighting? Anyway, let's flip over to Zlewikk, and I'll keep you updated on what happens here.
Meanwhile, back over on the Tibetan plateau, we can see that Zlewikk is at peace with Sari Gilgir right here. Of course, as this nation, you can restore Yuan, you can reform Mongolia. Maybe, though, he would possibly flip, like Tibetan culture, form Tibet. But how good are Tibet ideas compared to Horde ideas? Minus 10 but then again, he wouldn't be a Horde, he could be a theocracy. I actually played Tibet like last week. Pretty fun. Played as the Dalai Lama, everyone.
Just quickly though, Red Hawk. I just wanted to check who asked. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That didn't feel good.
On that terrible disappointment, back to the studio. Good night, everyone. See you next week for the grand final.
I'm so sorry. All right.
You know what? There you go. You know what? I'm just gonna get a glass of water.
Right, over to Chewy's BOV. It's not been going well. He did take a loss here. We do see him potentially securing a win, but I can't imagine that he's gonna get one off. He's definitely debating. Yep. Oh, it's close. Yeah, he's lost this battle. It's over. He needs to like he's got 20 minutes. 20 minutes is still enough time to get in a decent run.
Yeah,
it is. As the Manchu, I would advise right now, you at home, like ignore bankruptcy and just go and play as the Manchu because a lot of people like underestimate them at all, to a significant degree. Yeah, so if you're at home right now, just load up, play it. Guarantee it's a fun campaign, and you'll see for yourself how far you can stretch this economy. Because you can have about 2,000 ducats in debt, which Chewy is not taking advantage of right now. Not having any sort of, it's a stack right there, but not having any sort of mercenaries in this war that you have to finish immediately. Kind of mistake. And that navy he spent a while building hasn't done too much. Looks like they lost to the Ming navy, which is a shame. He does have Chicago in this war. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Let's see here. I mean, he could get a white piece soon, potentially. -1. He's done well to fight to this point.
Yeah.
What are very disadvantageous.
Using up resources.
Yeah, massively unnecessarily.
Yeah.
He can get,
I don't think he's necessarily doing anything wrong. It's just he should have restarted.
He should have restarted. Well, I would say, it's like the MO of the tribes is to go fast. He thinks he hasn't got time left. Yeah, but the issue is that the longer it's the sunk cost fallacy. In really horrible fashion here, where you stay in it because you think you don't have time left, but in this moment when we might not even see a score on the board from Chewy, which is going to be
we might not even see him claim the actual mandate.
There you go. There's a white piece which he should take.
Yeah,
because again he needs that truce timer as short as possible. What do you think?
Yeah, even if he restarts at this point, I don't think he has enough time. Someone said Zlewikk did it in 24 minutes. If he restarts as Jianzhu, he could get it done in 20 minutes, but he doesn't even have 20 minutes. He's down to 18. By the time we restart, he's going to lose another minute.
Remember when I said at the start of the game, and you disagreed with me? If I was facing Chewy right now, and I pursued my strategy of starting as Ming starting as Ming and claiming the mandate back, then I would have beaten Chewy with a 1,000 dev on the board because that's how that works. It's unfortunate. Another loss. He needs to just peace out, man. Why are you doing this to yourself, Chewy? Please. All right, let's flip. I can't watch this anymore. Oh, flip to Zlewikk.
All right, back to Zlewikk right here. He has conquered some nations over in the Hindustan region of India, fighting Limbuwan and Guge right now. He is going to be acquiring that gold mine, which is going to help out significantly. Sure, he will have to have a glacier That's right, everyone. A rarely seen glacier province. One of only 2 I can see right now. I don't know where the other glaciers are, man. Maybe these are the only 2 in game, along with some in Canada or Greenland, maybe. But plus 50% dev cost. But it is gonna help out a lot, man. He is banking those Diplo points. And we should see a little more expansion before he decides to go with Ming. Ming still hasn't passed their first reform, so of course he does have time. But great gameplay from Zlewikk right here, man. No mistakes so far.
To my POV, it does appear that peace has been established, and he took about 950 ducats away from
peace
the
in
Ming.
our
So he
time.
did win the war. He did win the war. And he is taking max loans. Oh, Chewy, it looks like he's gonna break. He's bracing to break the truce. I don't think he realized that he can't claim the mandate. Well, let's see his reaction on his face.
Yeah,
go to
he
his
needs
POV
the
directly.
CB. Yeah, let's go to
If you
his
don't mind.
POV directly.
Thank you. Let's see.
And keep in mind,
I
chat,
wanna
you
see-
do need to declare with the take mandate of Heaven CB. You can't do
Yeah,
it with
let's
another
see.
one. And you only gain
wanna see
that
him
if
realize.
you land Border Ming and if you're not a tributary.
And also, kind of a truce. Let's see. In this moment, he's gonna go hover over, declare war. And there it is. I think he's realized.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
He's looking for the CB. He can't find it.
He can't find it. He's confused. He's scared. Yeah. What do you think he's gonna do?
I don't know. I have no idea.
He's gonna go declare some. No way. He's gonna go declare some other wars. Oh, he's gonna try and reset the truce tie with Ming. If he declares war on the Ming tributary, that could work.
Well,
I
didn't
don't
he
know.
just white piece Ming?
No, he took money.
Oh.
He paid off his loans and then took more loans.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
Well, as he
here.
figures
Alright,
that
yeah.
out, we can see that Zlewikk just declared on Assam right here, a nation in the sort of what you call it,
In
in the region of Assam, everyone. In Bengal, so fighting those nations. Weird place for Zlewikk to expand. I didn't honestly think he would push into India, but then again,
it's a
I'm
nice
stupid, and yeah, he has nowhere else to push to, so obvious right there. But at what point do you think he'll declare? As soon as Ming's mandate drops, or
I don't think he will. I think he's just how. I think
no, not
what
Chewy,
we're-
Zlewikk.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about Zlewikk. I think he's recording his next video.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's what's going on here. We're just featuring
yeah,
it.
maybe. Yeah,
He put his score on the board and that's it.
yeah. No, he's just playing for fun.
Yeah, he's having a good old time.
Sorry,
Yeah, he's
you're
enjoying himself.
easiest nation Zlewick's ever started as.
It's the closest I've ever seen Zlewikk come to smiling right now. When playing E4.
Listen,
So good for him.
even if you do not see it, this man is experiencing extreme amounts of joy right now. All right? We can see the Zlewikk in his natural habitat right here. A
Do you
master
want to see the?
of Universalis in his own right.
Oh, he's not secured that title right now. I would
not
like you for a
yet,
second.
true.
Do you want to see the opposite of joy?
Pain?
Nice. Hey, by the way, he's building 2 heavies.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Well, maybe
we're
he'll
gonna-
barrage this time.
I'm sorry, Chewy, but we are gonna have to clown on you a little bit here.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, listen, he was really good in the last 4 games. One
He
done.
was.
You got to meme on him a little bit.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I love you too. I'm Poggers123.
Well.
He's also like fully playing for these things. Let's see, when's this truce up? His truce is up. I believe 5 years, 69.
5 years. Interesting.
So, yeah. Yeah,
Listen,
I
while
don't.
we're,
There's not much to say here. I don't.
Yeah, not much
we've
to
got
say.
12 minutes left. All right, chat. I want you to right now vote. Number 1, if you think Chewy's gonna put a score on the board. Number 2, if you don't think so.
Yeah. And while we're in
Here we
this, period of silence, why don't you tell the audience about the Speed 5 YouTube channel? What can they find
Speed
there?
5 YouTube channel. You mean where there are periodic uploads after the fact of full VODs of the duels, so you can see us in our natural habitat, as well as our players duke it out. Maybe you arrive late, maybe you want to see it again, maybe you want to see Chewy's confused expression just that one more time. You can go and check it out on the YouTube channel. Definitely go and subscribe there. There are also other games, not just Master Universalis, there to be experienced. But what should they do if they want to see those things now? If they don't want to just wait for the VOD to come out on the YouTube channel?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked, Late. That is very, very simple. Chat, if you don't want to wait till next week to watch the VOD, meaning the rerun of this, what you're watching live right now, if you can't catch it live for whatever reason, you could simply subscribe to the Speed 5 official Twitch channel, whether it's with Amazon Prime Gaming subscription for free or with an actual sub, and you can not only help support the channel, make competitions like this possible, gain awesome emotes such as Lathe being fired out of a cannon, but you can also watch the VODs as soon as the live stream is done, or even while the live stream is still up. You want to go back, catch something you missed, you can do it right now if you're subbed. And you also gain special access to some special areas in the Discord as well.
I think that's possible. I don't know if they... But you know... But like we said, it also if you would like to get involved, like Vennomite, who handed Flora his only loss in the Master Universalis series across 2 seasons, that was Vennomite. He did come from the Discord, he did complete the challenges, and thus was invited on the show. So if you want that to happen to you, make sure to join the Discord and complete the challenges as we go. Maybe you are fast. I've been seeing some impressive stuff on there that honestly makes me never want to participate in Master Universalis as a player, because I think that, well, I'm not saying that I'd lose. I'm merely saying that it's probably maybe a possibility.
Yeah.
So there's that. Meanwhile, Zlewikk is forming India, I assume. He's just having, like I said, I think he's just having a good time. Man.
He's just declared on Chagatai. So it's Sorry Yogir, Mongolia, and Oirat versus Chagatai, Kazan, Uzbek, and Yarkand. Dude. Look at who he's fighting. Dude, look at this. The bravery that this man is showcasing right now.
The bravery. I personally just got a cleanse on all of Bengal. I personally would have gone as Nadai after that Taixi one. Oh, my bad. I thought it was claims.
Yeah.
I think, I personally would have gone as Nadai because they're lower dev, or Ashikaga because they're lower dev and have a feasible chance.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I said I'd be very, very surprised if he was able to do it at Sarah Yoga. He may be able to after this mandate drops. What's Ming's situation?
Mandate's still at 75, so he's good.
What about their tech situation? Because they should have low mana generation. Bear in mind they can get advisors though.
Yeah. So right now, if we go over into the tech map mode, I know you guys can see it. You're on Zlewick's POV directly, but Zlewikk is at Miltech 4. Ming is at Miltech 4 as well. Ming, though, still has Zhu, the starting ruler, which is a 1-1-1. Zlewikk is a 2-5-1, but he is focusing on Mill, got a Mill advisor, and of course, Sorry Yogir is a Horde. So he can raise, I think, Step Nomads. Yeah.
He did just lose a battle, though, so do we disqualify him?
Yeah, and I think chat with that, we can disqualify Zlewikk because he lost a battle. And
now,
congratulations
the important thing to note, could you quickly look at Oirat for a second?
Yeah.
Now, does that count as green?
No, Oirat's a red. Oirat's for sure red. I mean, look at that shoe right there, man.
For those of you who don't know, we had to judge what was green and what wasn't green, and we had to endlessly fight the chat and also each other over what we believed to be green.
Apparently, RGB horrible. Values is not a very good way to determine if something's a red, green, or blue, chat. because the Pope, the Pope is green.
The Pope is green. Technically, the Pope is green. And technically, if you want to go down to it, Austria is red, the Pope is green. It's miserable. Oh man.
But yeah, Zlewikk ended this war. Looks like it didn't work out too well for him. Maybe not a white piece, but he didn't take land. Yeah.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it?
Let's see what Chewy's up to.
That's terrible. Yeah, well. I could have pre-recorded this. So he's building up a spy network, and he's just waiting because the truce is going to end any second now. And you have to presume that in July, he will be declaring this war. Let's go straight to his POV, and let's see if he actually does that. Yep, 7 minutes left is enough time. 7 minutes is absolutely enough time for him to claim the mandate. So he will get a score on the board. Let's see, June. 1 more month, mate. It's July. Let's see. Go on his POV. Go on his POV.
There it is. Yeah, it is his POV.
Oh, it is. We were just doing the exact same thing. Okay, that's kind of creepy. All right, we go. Surely. Is he? There we go. Take Mandate of Heaven. There we go. That's the war declared. Excellent. We love to see it. He also, his navy this time, does look like they're going to secure the dub.
Nice.
There we go. Look at that. All those hundreds of ducats invested. Unfortunately, he is now... Oh, he's getting close to losing against the Korean Navy. No, it's another win. Okay, he's good. But he's... Oh, God. Korea is allied to Ming because he took them as a tributary earlier, thus breaking the tributary arrangement between Ming and Korea. I was wondering if that was going to come into play, and it does look like it has. So, unfortunately, yeah, that's not the greatest of situations. Meaning, with almost 5 minutes left, or just over 5 minutes left, he may not even be able to do it. He should be able to.
Yeah, I think he should be able to. I think he has time.
Let's see, did he build any more
He is at
forts
max
in the
amount of loans,
meantime?
though.
Yeah, his max amount of loans, he's losing 50 ducats a month, and bankruptcy's losing. No, not like this. It's because he took the max amount of loans about, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and he sat there with all of his, he's called his character Leroy. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, he took all those loans, hired all those mercenaries, and then sat with the mercenaries the entire time. So we'll see here. He does win the siege of Shenyang.
To give him the benefit of the doubt, maybe Chewy, like me, chat, is not really a very big horde enjoyer. Now, I actually do enjoy the Manchu hordes a lot, but I'm in general not a horde enjoyer, man. All the way from Crimea to Mongolia, not a fan of playing those guys. But I do have quite a lot of experience as Janju, so it hurts my soul that I have to see Chewy suffering like this. Ah, my soul. Ah.
See, I am a horde enjoyer. They're my favorite nations before. I played them a lot, so maybe that's why I'm a little bit skeptical of his gameplay here. Also, as you never want to take big battles like that. It's better. Oh my god, the AI's playing meta. They're assaulting. Yeah, as a horde, you don't really want to attack big stacks at all. If they're going to stack up, then ignore them and go for the sieges yourself on Beijing, for example. But yeah, you don't want to be doing that because if they stack up, you'll lose. You want to pick off little stacks like this, and even this one over here, because they have no leaders, and he is fighting over here in the grasslands without full morale, and they look like they're going to stack on him. We'll see. He should be able to win that. Nope. And that's why you don't fight the big stacks.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I'd be intrigued to hear how much he prepped for this. Not as a like, oh, and there's bankruptcy.
You know, he went bankrupt? Pain.
Okay,
well,
one sec. Let me
as
switch
I hop
to my
back over to
POV.
your POV directly, can you tell me his army composition real quick?
Oh, sorry. I didn't want to look at it. I went elsewhere. Dude, look at this Poland, though.
Oh,
that's huge.
Zlewikk. He's just declared on Ming.
Nice.
Take Mandate of Heaven with about 50k troops and Ming at almost full mandate. I think he knows time is about running out, and not a lot he can do here. Maybe one final push from him.
There is one thing technically. I don't know how it used to be. If he can get, he can breach the walls immediately. Does he have cannons?
No.
No way, right? I was about to say, like, how did he just got the first tick? Was a siege spirit? It was a. Okay, well that's fortunate for him. I just wanted to say he could probably go around the back to Beijing if he can get the. Actually, he's allied to Oira, isn't he? Yeah, he goes all the way around. That's what you want to do. Oh wait, what's going on with the Ming troops in the northwest? They're fighting Oira? They are.
Yeah, this is a separate war than Ming's fighting versus Mongolia, Shiba, Haishi, and we're at Ming conquest of. I'm not even gonna try and say that province, but I think it's in I don't know where it is. It's got to be in Oirat. Yeah, this province. So Ming declared for that. So that's why Zlewikk maybe decided to declare. Mandate has dropped to 60, down from 80, possibly due to a bad event that Ming gets.
It does.
But yeah, not an ideal time to declare. I wonder if he can get to Beijing here, man.
I want to see it. I'm not
actually gonna pop out, look for the armies.
I just want to say that it does appear that Chewy is calling it. So Zlewikk is going to be going to the grand final.
Yeah.
He didn't think he could stomach it, but I don't think we tell him. I think we see if Zlewikk can achieve this. I'm actually curious.
Yeah, we still got 2.5 minutes left.
It is technically enough time.
Let's see if Zlewikk can do something. Oh yeah, for sure. So he just needs to get past. I don't think he needs to get Datong right here. There we go. He's just gotten Xi'an.
Dude, these sieges are going so... What siege? Does he have a siege general?
Yeah, he has 2 siege generals. Well, they're separate guys. Oh, but there's
Yeah,
Ming.
but they've only got 1 siege.
And that's going to be on a dub right there?
What?
Ming is reinforcing. He just won that first battle, but the second one, I think he's going to be losing it. Oh, and there's another 13k Ming stack right here. And there we go. Well, that's about it.
Yeah, that's why going down the middle of the Ming's not a good idea, because those mountain forts, you not only have to deal with the negative dice rolls, you also have to deal with a 25% reduction to your shock, I believe.
Yeah, and some of these are mountains too.
Is he calling it? Is him typing? Hands off, a slight smirk on his face.
And that's going to be a GG from Zlewikk as well.
There we go.
There we go.
calling
Chewy
it
didn't
that.
even manage to accomplish a chat. Zlewikk doing it, starting as high Shi with about 32 or 35 dev. And I think we can all go ahead and clap it up for Zlewikk, because he is moving on to the grand final. So let's see some GGs in the chat for Zlewikk right there. Another flawless performance. Congrats.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty good, has to be said. I mean, like that early on, that's the advantage, like I said, of getting an early one in that you can put score on the board, because it enables you to take risks. The Sarah Yogir was a bit of a rogue choice, especially if Chewy had managed to go to Nadai. Yeah, I mean, well, I would have liked to have seen him go as Ashkaga or maybe Nadai, for example, and go for those, because they're very low starting development and get an even better score on the board. But I think he was pretty confident in his own abilities, and maybe not that confident in Chewy's if we want to stir the pot a little bit there. I have to ask them directly, maybe we'll get some Twitter beef going on between those two.
We'll get the host's opinions on that, as we actually go to talk to them right now.
Whew. As always, exciting.
Always exciting. Anything surprise you?
I mean, no.
No.
It was just as I assumed it would be.
I don't know that I assumed, but I figured it would be. I figured it would be close. I mean, in all honesty, they've both done a great job this season, and I think it was kind of up in the air for either one of them.
I mean, starting out, I was like, I don't know who's gonna get this or who's gonna win, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, either way, I mean, it was great. They both did a marvelous job. Zlewikk, I mean, right out of the bat early, and it was a little bit funny. I mean, I think that Chewy. What did he say? I think Chewy said that he wasn't planning on restarting at all, and I want to say within like the first 5 minutes there was a restart because of some. Well, I guess
the excuse is one run, unlimited restarts, because it's not like he swapped into any other starting position. He was just like, I need to get a good start here, or other not as bad as the early ones were.
All right, let's go ahead and bring them in. We'll talk to them. Zlewikk, congratulations. You're going to the final. How you feeling?
Feeling well. First of all, life. Shogun cannot have mandates, just like Chewy mentioned in the chat. I'm feeling good. I told you that I wanted to go very aggressively in the second run with Sarik Yogir, which is actually doable if you have 1 hour, but it's very risky. That's why I prefer to start with Judge and Tribes.
Well, and Chewy, a great run, but not enough this time around. It's great having you here. What went wrong?
The first one, I just fog of war and a little bit of latency. Not to say the lag, well, not to blame lag on everything, but I got an early stack wipe on myself. I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna restart. I'm not far enough in to even worry about it. And then the second one, it was just like, you're trying to time it up with Ming having low mandate versus also being in a war, with Chagatai or something like that. I tried to time it up, and then they declared war on me, and then I couldn't declare war on them because they were allied to Korea. So it was like I shouldn't have taken the Korean tributary. So it was overall just a lot of bad luck, and I performed badly as well. I can't make excuses.
All of that sounds really plausible, but for me personally, I think you kind of, you took your hat off, dude. You didn't realize how powerful the hats are?
It was so uncomfortable. It's like plastic.
Yeah, but the
RNG... why Fuller keeps winning. He has a hat.
The RNG gets so good when you have a hat. I have been told. I'm not from this.
Chewy, do you think it was kind of just the fact that you were kind of having to think on the fly? I mean, we only give you guys an hour, right? And to a point, I mean, you should be playing Speed 4, Speed 5 to a point in order to beat your opponent. Do you think that kind of had some of it is just having to sit there and go as quickly as possible?
No, that's my play style. I'm like in single player speed 5 at all times, but you have the ability to mash your spacebar in single player. So whenever we're in this one, the lack of spacebar is actually like super crippling. It's a
it's
big
muscle
drawback
memory,
for us.
right? You automatically want to
Yeah.
hit that space bar. I mean, for me, I haven't had this experience like what you guys are, but I mean, automatically those, you want to hit it.
We've heard it from several players, and I'm just like, well, I mean, sucks to be you. You should learn to pull some other way.
Wow.
I get to be harsh because I am crap at EU4.
I have massive hands, so I can reach
yeah.
the pause break button, but for me, it's still annoying.
Yeah.
When you're used to it one way and having to do the other. But Zlewikk, congratulations. We will see you next week.
Yes.
Sweaty boy.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations and thank you for pointing out that we now have an actual reason to fire Lathe. Being wrong about the mandates. I mean, we can't.
You should take Chewy instead of him. He's a great observer.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that under
It's literally
advisement.
what pays my bills is observing.
All right. Thank you to you both. And you'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks,
GG,
guys. Thanks
Chewy.
for having me. GG, buddy.
Okay.
That was fun.
That was fun. I mean, a great match. It's been so fun to have Chewy on. Hopefully we can. Well, we don't know who's gonna win. Who's gonna win in the grand final? We don't know anything yet. But I mean, at the end of a season, I'm always like, I want to have everyone on again.
I
for the
know.
next season.
I know. And, both Zlewikk and Chewy were new to this season. And it has been very nice having them both here. And we appreciate them both